Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So my dad gave me some old rusty brackets, London brackets, that he got from a car boot sale. He says about 10 years ago, and as you can see they're covered in rust, and the ends are bent over as well. So I thought I could restore these and actually use them for some wood storage in my workshop. So the first thing to do was to get those bent ends out. So I put them against a piece of old scaffold board and just tapped them with a lump hammer. And I thought these brackets would be good for the job because as they're really old, they're quite a bit stronger than the modern ones. The modern London brackets aren't too strong. These ones are really quite strong. They might not look it at the moment because they're covered in rust and they're all bent, but you'll see later on. So it didn't take too long to get these bent ends out with the hammer. And they're fairly straight now. So then I just got off all the excess bits of rust and dust. And for that I used some sandpaper, which was about, I think, 120 grit. So then I just wiped off all the excess dust and bits of rust with a brush. And now they were ready for painting. So for that I had some old gloss that I'd mixed up, and I had a bit left over. I thought it'd be ideal for this, and it's a nice medium grey colour, and I just applied that with a small brush. And they turned out quite nice, so I let them dry. Being gloss, it took quite a while, and meanwhile I had these wedge shaped pieces of wood which were left over from a project that I did last week, and I thought they'd be ideal to add to the tops of the brackets so that when the wood goes on, it stops the wood from falling off the shelf, and you'll see that later on when it's all assembled. But first of all, I gave it all just a quick sanding down. And again, I painted these with gloss. And being oil based, it's really hard wearing, so I won't have to worry about repainting them or anything like that. And I let it all dry out in my porch. So I just wanted to nip these down a bit. They were a little bit too long for the brackets, so I just chopped them down on the miter saw. So then I just gave the tops a sanding down, ready for some yacht varnish. And I thought that would just help the wood to slide smoothly over the surface and make the brackets and the wood last longer, less wear and tear. So here I've got some yacht varnish, so I coat everything in a nice thick layer. And I also gave the metal bracket a coat as well. So now these wedges, I assembled them and I attached them to the tops of the brackets with a couple of screws. So that's how the brackets turned out. Now it was time to assemble them on an empty wall in my workshop. And if you'd like to see how I built my workshop, I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to see that. So I started off by roughly working out where I wanted the one bracket to go, and then I made some marks with a pen. And then I drilled some pilot holes. And I used some standard wood screws to attach them. So to get the second one level, I offered it up, and then I got a nice straight piece of wood and I put it on the top, and then I put the spirit level on top of that, and then moved it around until I got it level, and then I just marked the holes again with a pen. And again I just piloted the other side. And now that these were attached to the uprights, they were really strong, and as you can see that those wooden wedges on the top, they just help the wood to slide on and keep it in place because they're angled, so the wood kind of can't fall off. So here I'm putting on some longer pieces, and the biggest ones were about 2.4 meters, around the 8-foot mark. So I was really pleased with how it turned out. I turned some old rusty worthless brackets into some nice sturdy wood storage brackets. So yeah, if you found this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.